You'll take loans. Your sister needs this more, my dad said, sliding the papers toward her. My mom smiled like it was already done. I nodded, stood up, and said, okay. Then I checked my phone and smiled for a very different reason. My name is Danielle Carter. I'm 34 years old. I work as a legal consultant now, but back then, I was just a determined college student trying to build a future without asking for help. Growing up, I was the capable one, the one who didn't complain, the one who figured things out alone. My older sister, Rebecca, was different. She was always the one they praised. If something went wrong in her life, the whole family moved to fix it. I wasn't rich or glamorous. I didn't have backup plans or safety nets. But I had something they didn't expect: awareness. I noticed patterns early: who got support, who got excuses, and who got told to be strong. By the time I turned 21, I understood something clearly. If I didn't protect my future, no one else would. And when my parents finally made their move to take what was mine, I was already 5 steps ahead. If you've ever been treated like the strong one just so others could take advantage of you, hit subscribe. I want to hear your story in the comments. Have you ever had to protect yourself from your own family? Like and share, because this happens more than people admit. Dinner that night felt strange from the start. The air smelled like overcooked chicken and tension. My mom kept smiling too much. My sister looked like she had been crying. My dad cleared his throat like he was about to make an announcement at a meeting. We've made a decision, he said. Not a discussion, not a question, a decision. He explained that Rebecca needed financial help. Her plans had fallen apart again, and the only solution, according to him, was to transfer my education fund to her. You can handle it, he said. You're strong. My mom added softly, this is what family does. Rebecca didn't look at me. She just nodded like she deserved it. I felt something shift inside me. Not anger, not sadness, just clarity. Okay, I said. That word surprised them. My dad looked relieved. My mom smiled wider. Rebecca exhaled. They thought I agreed. I stood up calmly. I need some air, I said. I walked upstairs. My phone buzzed in my hand. Security alert. Account access attempt detected. Then another. Access denied. I smiled. Downstairs, I heard my dad's voice. Why isn't it working? A minute later, he called out, Danielle, come here. I walked down slowly, calm, controlled. Something wrong? I asked. This wasn't new. That's what made it worse. When I was 10, money meant for my school trip disappeared. Later, I found out it had been used for Rebecca's dance classes. No one told me. They just said we couldn't afford it anymore. When I was 16, I needed a laptop for school. My dad said no. We don't have extra money. A week later, Rebecca got a new phone. I remember standing in the hallway, hearing my mom say, she needs it more. That sentence followed me for years. She needs it more. In college, it got worse. I worked 2 jobs, paid for books, rent, food. Every time I asked for help, the answer was the same. There's nothing left. But somehow, there was always something left for her. I started connecting the pattern. I wasn't overlooked. I was the backup plan, the safety net, the one who absorbed the loss so she wouldn't have to. And now, sitting in that living room, watching my dad struggle with an account he thought he controlled, everything finally made sense. Give me the login, he snapped. I didn't move. I don't think so, I said quietly. My mom's smile disappeared. Rebecca finally looked at me. What are you doing? She asked. I met her eyes, fixing something that should have been fixed years ago. My dad stood up. You don't get to decide this. I stayed calm. Actually, I said, I already did. The room went silent. They weren't used to that version of me. What they didn't know was that I had already prepared weeks earlier. The moment I turned 21, I started asking questions. Legal questions, ownership questions. I learned everything about that account. It wasn't just money. It was mine legally once I reached that age. So I acted quietly. I changed the email link to it, updated the phone number, enabled security alerts. removed every trace of their access. It didn't happen in one day. It happened step by step, quietly, carefully. They never noticed. Why would they? They assumed control was permanent. They assumed I wouldn't question it. But I did more than protect the account. I started reviewing past statements, and what I found made my stomach turn. Withdrawals I never approved. Transfers I never knew about. It wasn't just happening now. It had been happening for years. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I documented everything, every transaction, every date, every pattern. I built my case silently, because this wasn't about reacting anymore. It was about proving. And when the time came, I wanted the truth to speak louder than any argument they could make. I didn't figure this out alone. There was someone who helped me see clearly. Professor Allen, my law mentor during college. I remember sitting in his office, explaining everything. He listened without interrupting. Then he said something simple. If it's yours legally, protect it. Don't apologize for that. That sentence stayed with me. He taught me how to document properly, how to organize evidence, how to separate emotion from facts. So I did exactly that. I gathered statements, screenshots, records. I built a file that told the full story. Meanwhile, my phone kept ringing. Calls from my parents. Messages from Rebecca. You're being selfish. You're tearing this family apart. I read every message. I didn't reply. They thought pressure would break me. That guilt would pull me back into place. But something had changed. I wasn't trying to keep the peace anymore. I was preparing for the truth. And the more they pushed, the clearer my decision became. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a pattern. And patterns don't stop unless someone breaks them. The final confrontation didn't happen at home. It happened in a lawyer's office. My parents walked in confident. My dad looked annoyed. My mom looked nervous. Rebecca looked confused. We're here to fix this, my dad said. I sat across from them. Calm. No, I said, we're here to understand it. Their lawyer started talking about family expectations, about shared responsibility. I listened quietly. Then I opened my folder. Let's start with ownership, I said. I placed the documents on the table. Legal proof. My name. My rights. My control. Their lawyer went quiet. My dad frowned. That doesn't change anything, he said. It changes everything, I replied. Then I showed the account history, highlighted transactions, dates, amounts. You didn't just try to take it now, I said. You've been taking from me for years. Silence. Real silence. My mom looked down. Rebecca leaned forward. Wait, she said. What is this? I met her eyes. The truth. My dad tried to interrupt. This is being twisted. I shook my head. No, this is being documented. I explained it clearly, calmly. No anger, just facts. Their lawyer shifted in his seat. This could have legal consequences, he said carefully. My dad's confidence cracked. Rebecca sat back, stunned. I closed the folder. This was never about money, I said. It was about boundaries. No one argued after that. I walked out of that office with something I never had before. Control. Not just over my finances, but over my life. Things changed after that. My relationship with my family became distant. Not dramatic, just honest. The illusion was gone. My parents stopped pretending. Rebecca stopped expecting. And I stopped giving. I focused on my work, built my career, used the same knowledge that protected me to help others. Over time, I realized something important. Being strong doesn't mean being available to be used. It means knowing when to stop. I didn't destroy my family. I just stopped enabling a system that never valued me. And once I did that, everything became clearer, lighter, real. If your family has ever taken advantage of you financially, you know how deep that betrayal cuts. Share your story in the comments. I read every one. Subscribe if you believe protecting your future is not selfish. And click share to help this story reach others who need it. Did this story hit home? Let me know by liking the video and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Click share to help this story find others who felt the same way. Your support makes a huge difference, and your story matters more than you think.